Sam Pittman now out as the head hog in Fayetteville, and it's a familiar face taking his spot. Hello, and thanks for joining us here at 6. I'm Rolly Hoyt.
And I'm Faith Woodard. Bobby Petrino now the interim head coach following this weekend's 56-13 loss to Notre Dame. And today the announcement was made official as he spoke to the media for the first time.
THV11's Tyler Cash joins us here in the studio as the controversial coordinator spoke and what the next 9 weeks might hold. Tyler?
Yeah, all we know for sure in that time span is that Arkansas will play 7 football games and have 2 bye weeks. That's how you get to 9 before the end of the season. You got to imagine that the Razorbacks have to win a good chunk of those for Bobby Petrino to get the interim tag removed. And while he is, coaching the team, Hunter Yurachek will be searching for his head coaching candidates. For now, though, that's what Bobby Petrino is doing. He's coaching the team. He met with the team as head coach for the first time today out in Razorback Stadium. And, well, that's where we find Nick Luttrell. Nick?
Yeah, Tyler, as you mentioned, it is a sort of new era for Razorback football here in Fayetteville. Out is Sam Pittman, a 32-34 overall career record. Out in his 6th season in, as you mentioned, Bobby Petrino, the longtime head coach from 2008 to 2011. Was fired in 2012, back as an offensive coordinator, and now looky here, he is the interim head coach. At least he's the head coach for the time being. That's something everyone's probably still getting used to, and you can imagine that it's been quite the last 24 hours or so for the players as well. Petrino today talking about his message to the players and his team.
Well, we got a number of things to talk about, but number one thing is that you have to get used to change. Your whole life there's going to be change. So how we handle that, our attitude on how we handle that, our positiveness on how we handle that, will determine how quickly we improve.
Yeah, you certainly love the confidence from Bobby Petrino there, his confidence in saying we will improve, we will get better as we go throughout the season, and they're a team that definitely needs to get better. He said his message to the team was that we will get better and that those guys, the players, should stick around. It doesn't do you any good to enter the transfer portal now, even though you can. Doesn't do you any good. You can now play for, even if you're maybe going to leave next season, you can play for now. You can play for some good highlight tape at least for the rest of the year. But it was certainly time for a change. Out goes Sam Pittman in Bobby Petrino for now.
All right, Nick, thank you.
Well, the news has fans all across the state and in Little Rock talking, with many still processing the changes.
Yes, some are remembering those glorious seasons under Petrino and thinking long term. Others, though, are looking at different names across the nation. And THV11's Maya Ellison here's from the local boosters and a former Razorback.
For the Razorbacks, the last 24 hours have been, busy.
It's been a difficult start for sure.
On Sunday afternoon, Arkansas athletic officials announced the release of head coach Sam Pittman. Former head coach and current offensive coordinator Bobby Petrino will fill the role as interim, a move that has fans talking.
Maybe you have heard Bobby Petrino hadn't even had a press conference, he's already fired 3 coaches. Wow!
Like at Monday's Little Rock Touchdown Club, where many didn't hold back on how they feel.
Disappointed, for Sam. He did the best he could, and, sad for him, but it's time to move on.
Sad because I really did like Pittman, but I do think it's a good opportunity to go a different direction.
Along with Pittman, 3 defensive coaches were also released, a topic Petrino and athletic director Hunter Yurachek addressed Monday.
We're in a tough spot today. This first meeting is going to be really tough because there's a lot of guys in that room that are going to be disappointed with the change. I just want to see dramatic improvement just in the effort.
How are they going to gel with the players now? And then again, the guys we may lose, we don't know how all that's going to happen when you bring new guys in immediately like that, and to build that trust.
That's Pulaski Academy head football coach Anthony Lucas, a former Razorback wide receiver from 1995 to 1999 who also played through a coaching change at Arkansas.
I just don't know, and I don't understand what has happened up there in Fayetteville. And all you hear is a lot of people talking about what happened to our defense just a year ago.
Lucas says the biggest piece of the story are the ones fans don't see.
Well, we don't know what's going on in the locker room. We don't know if they're holding each other accountable. And the next thing that scares me too now is when a coach leaves, the transfer portal is back up and now. So now we're sitting back seeing who's going to be out and what's going to happen.
But in spite of it all, he hopes the Razorbacks can finish the season strong.
They have to be willing to dive in and buy into what these coaches are teaching if they want to win. If they're being selfish and not saying they are, if they're selfish, then the program is going to continue to fall.
In Little Rock, Maya Ellison, THV 11 News.
All right, Maya, thanks. As for Petrino's chances of keeping the top job, Juracek did say the school would hire a search firm.
And those headhunters may eventually submit the recommendations to a search committee.